I just wanted to go over with everybody the vendor packet that you signed up for or are considering signing up for. The vendor program ships out to you this display unit, which includes the aluminum folding display, the hang pegs, 14 of those are enclosed. If you run out of those, you lose them, whatever, you can get them at Home Depot. They're 1/8-inch wire to hang a 1/4-inch hang hole. So they're easy to get if you lose them. The banner system, which is all Velcro in place, all the Velcro is on your banner system. The only thing you have to do is supply a 6-foot folding table, and I encourage you to get the kind that folds in half so it's easy to put in a trunk or a back of your truck. The only thing you have to do is the Velcro that goes on the table came to you on the back of this main banner, and it has white liner tape on it. Just remove the tape and stick it to the table. Just make sure that you get it started in the middle of the table so you have enough of it to go around both sides. I think the easiest way to do it is to leave it on the banner itself and position that on the table, then take the liner off and stick it on there. So in terms of what you have to supply, I've sent you the banner system, the display, all the product, the hang hole pins, a sample white glove. This, you'll see, I'm going to go over the application process, is a lifesaver when you're putting these on all day. And you can pick these up at CVS or Walmart. They're exfoliating gloves. What we found works real well. You'll also want to pick up one of these shade tents for shade, obviously, but also rainy days. Unfortunately, you're going to get some of those. Pick up the sides to it as well, because it keeps the wind down when it's really windy, or keeps the rain out when it's raining, unfortunately. And then shafts. I didn't ship you the shafts just because it was more bulk to have to ship out, but pick up some, you can use any shaft, but we picked up a bunch of AL 6000 STX shafts, introductory shafts that you can find retail for about $20, but we found a bunch online for about $5. So it's good to keep your eyes peeled. Anytime you can pick up inexpensive shafts for display purposes, grab them online. And you can always ask me, if I find them for $5 again, I buy a bunch of them and I can always sell them to you. But it's a great product that you'll be a hit at the events that you go to. But everybody, strangely, will come up and they'll look at it and they'll say, oh, cool, what is it? That's the reason for the display. You have these holes in the top of the display where you can put a bunch of the shafts. But it's really nice to show them applied, because as you can see, they look different flat than they do applied. You get a different perspective when they're applied on the stick. So it's really important to show them displayed. And then the more, the merrier. If you want to hang some up around the tent, obviously it just broadcasts to everybody what you're there to do. To the assembly table. Again, get yourself another table, maybe 2 more, so you have 3 tables altogether, because each person who's putting these on will need their own table, some workspace. Let me go over what you want to bring. First of all, a power drill. Cordless power drill with a Phillips bit in it, and ideally have it on the flip side be a flat bit, because sometimes 99% of the heads that you're going to take off have a Phillips screw, but some of them have a flat head. Very important. Trash bag. Every product you sell, you're going to pull off that back liner. You'll have them littered on the ground here, so it's nice to have them in trash so you're not walking around and making a mess of the people's facility, because again, you want to come off as, you want to be invited back next year. That's very important. Some athletic tape, I'll go over later. We bring that, just kids have their butt ends taped on. They want to, we want to take that off to put the product on. They're loose, they want to tape it back on. So we don't charge for that. Kids take a little piece of it, they put it back on. Pen, most of you probably won't accept credit cards. You are welcome to. You know, we have a PayPal account that we process the credit cards through, and we would just bring a slip of paper, people would fill them out. Credit cards and debit cards, we had small, tiny percentages. So if you're not going to accept them, don't worry about it. You're not going to lose out on sales on it. And I'm talking like 3% maybe had a credit card or a debit card. I wouldn't worry about it. But it's also great to have a pen and a notepad to take down notes about upcoming events you might want to attend, networking. It's all about networking. You want to get to know as many people in the community that you're selling in as possible that are lacrosse related. Scissors, flathead, screwdriver, just in case you don't have one here. Phillips head hand screwdriver, just in case for some reason you need a hand to do it by hand. Your best friend at all the events, the razor blade, just a utility knife. You're going to use it to cut off tape that are on kids' sticks. You're going to use it to shorten the product when somebody has a stick that's cut down. You'll be using this all day long. We bring extra screws for the heads. When you're taking the kid's head off, they drop down in the grass and you might lose them. They're just these are sheet metal screws that you can pick up at Home Depot or any hardware store and just have them on hand just in case. S-hooks are great to hang up additional product. We just hang these on the tent and then we can hang a stick or a shaft down on them. And then also, I'll jump ahead a little bit, I bring a piece of nylon rope and we string it from one end of the tent to the other inside like a clothesline, and then we hang the hook on the string, and when somebody brings us the stick they want done, whoever's working out front and taking the money and taking the product, the order, we put the product and the stick together and we hang it up, because you'll have a waiting list or a waiting line of people waiting for their sticks. And this way you can hang them up and turn around and grab them in order and do the assembly. So that's nice. It's a nice feature to have. Windex and paper towels. When we're applying the product, we just spray it down, get the dirt and hand grease off. And it's not, you don't have to go at it with a lot of elbow grease. Just wipe it down once or twice. But make sure once you've sprayed it that it's dry. The only thing that'll keep the product from adhering is wetness, moisture. So you want to take it and dry it down. If it's a wet day, pouring rain, they're giving you wet sticks, again, maybe just get some friction to get the moisture off the stick, and then it's gonna, you're not gonna have any problems putting it on. But there's no magic to the Windex. A lot of people think that this is what makes it stick or something. It's household Windex, and you can really use any household product. One warning, kids will give you sticks that are all taped up, and all you want to do is cut the tape, with your razor blade, cut the tape this way and peel it off. Some of the tape is really full of gunk, and it comes off and it's just all sticky, gooey stuff. Wipe it down just to get the dirt and loose particles off of the piece and pull off any remaining string that came from the tape. But don't try to use Gooby Gone or anything like that to clean the stick. The product will wrap over that gunk that's been left behind from the tape, and it'll work fine. It'll be bumpy, and you can tell them that it's bumpy because you have tape residue on there. But it's going to adhere on there without a problem. If you try to get it off with a Gooby Gone or something, that stuff keeps eating at the glue residue, and it just makes a mess. It just gets all loose and greasy, and it's a disaster. I tried it once, and it was not good. So just go with the Windex. That's fine. Band-Aids, you're working with scissors, razor blades, power drills. Good to have. You might nick your finger once in a while. The pricing for the product, $9.95, is on the header card of the product, but people don't always see it. It's up in the corner. So just make up some signs. I have the, I laminate these, and we stick them up with some Velcro on the side of the tent, just because it's a great price point. Parents are thrilled with it, so you want to advertise it.